guys, I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today something super exciting actually happened. I've kind of been postponing doing this voiceover for the entire day because I've been a little bit distracted, and I know this sounds ridiculous by the way, but I've been keeping an eye on the live subscriber count for the channel throughout the day because I had a feeling that we were gonna hit 100,000 subscribers, and it happened. And as you can probably tell, I have a huge smile on my face because oh my god, that's absolutely crazy. I really want to say thank you guys, by the way. Like, I can't fully put it into words how much this actually means to me, but just know that I am so thankful for you guys, to you guys. Not sure how to say that, possibly both. That's insane, and I'm so proud of the channel. I am just so thankful, like insanely grateful for this. But yeah, so that happened today and it's absolutely insane. If you got any ideas for a 100,000 subscriber special I can do, by the way, do let me know, because I've actually not had the time to sit down and brainstorm anything. It kind of crept up on me a little bit because there's been quite a lot of new people subscribing to the channel lately. Also, hello and welcome to you guys if you're watching this video. So I wasn't really, kind of just like out of the blue, a lot of people came to the channel and I wasn't really expecting that to happen. So yeah, I have not had the time to sit down and brainstorm anything, but do let me know if you got any ideas. Two things that I can't do though is house tour. It's just not possible for me, and also an office tour because the room that I'm sitting in is a small white room with nothing on the walls, and there's a drum kit in the background, and other than that it's just my computer setup. So it's not the most exciting office tour, and unless you're into drum kits, I suppose that could be a little bit interesting, but I'm guessing that most of you aren't. So I don't think an office tour would be very interesting to watch, but do let me know if there's anything else, and I don't know, maybe I'll do all of them. I don't really know. So yeah, definitely do let me know. But again, I just really want to say thank you so freaking much. Like I said before, I can't put it into words exactly how much this actually means to me, but I am so grateful, so thank you. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing with my day. Just keeping an eye on the subscriber count, which is not something that I normally do, but I felt like it was a little bit of a special occasion, if you may. So, but yeah, other than that, I've been trying to build a house for tomorrow, but I've been so, like, how do you say that, distracted, that it's just not, I think it's okay now. Like, I think the build is coming together, but I'm not entirely sure, so I'll probably be sitting up late working on that one so it can be done for tomorrow, but that's not really important now anyways. We are building a houseboat in SULANI actually, and this is built on a, I believe, a 30 by 20. It's in St. Lani Topus, what's that world called? Lani St. Tass? Yeah, there we go. And it's actually only for one sim, unless you can make this scoot over trick for a double bed to work, because the double bed is up against the wall. I was talking about this in Monday's video, I believe, because the scoot over trick doesn't work for me anymore, so I was just assuming that it wasn't working for everyone else. But I did actually get some comments from people saying it was still working in their games, so I suppose if you can make the scoot over trick work in your game, you can use this houseboat for 2 sims, but if not, it's just for 1 sim. And I was really trying to make this houseboat as small as possible, by the way, so I do consider this a tiny house. I know that some people don't necessarily consider 2-story houses tiny houses, but I believe it's still a tiny house because everything is very cramped together. They only have the necessities, basically. Actually, they do have a TV, but other than the TV, they just have the kitchen area, and there's actually a dining table where I did put 2 chairs just in case that your scoot over does work. But again, you can take one of the chairs out if you want, if you want it to look a little bit more like it was just for 1 sim. They also have like a proper dining area outside where there's actually room for 4 sims total, so that's a plus. If they want to have friends over, they can sit out on the deck and, I don't know, sit there and eat together, look over the water or something. That would actually be really, really nice. And they also have a bigger lounge area outside, but that's outside, so it doesn't really count as like a proper part of the tiny house. I suppose, at least that in my opinion, it doesn't. But do let me know what you think. And then I also put an easel up on the second floor actually, so it's outside. It's kind of overlooking the water as well. I thought that would be really nice. So I suppose you could have a painter living in this house, or maybe a hobby painter or something. I actually don't fully know what kind of personality this sim has. I'm very curious to hear you guys out on that, because you're always so creative with your background stories. It's always a lot of fun for me to read, so do let me know if you have any ideas for that. And yeah, other than that, I don't fully know. I just kind of tried to make the interior as colorful as possible. I was not going for any specific color scheme other than I wanted to use a lot of blue and orange and yellow, I think, because that was inspired by the bed swatch that I chose to start out with. So we're kind of going for a color scheme like that for the rest of the house. It's mainly warmer colors, so a lot of orange and yellow tones, and also brown, which is definitely like a warmer color to me personally at least. And also, did I say yellow tones? I don't fully know. A little bit of red as well here and there, I want to say. But I'm also adding a little bit of blue as well. As you can see on the walls, I'm using the same siding as I used on the exterior actually, so it makes for a nice contrast to all the orange and yellow and, you know, the warmer colors, because the blue is a little bit of a cold color to me personally at least. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing. Did not think too much about the color scheme though, other than the fact that I wanted to be inspired by the bed swatch on the second floor. So it may be a little bit messy to some of you guys, but I kind of like it personally. I think when everything doesn't necessarily match together, it just kind of makes it look, first of all, makes it look a little bit more homey to me, because that's kind of the interior that I grew up in. Nothing matched whatsoever. But also, I feel like it looks like they've just kind of put the house together of furniture that they just, like the furniture that they just had. They didn't buy the furniture for the house. They brought the furniture with them from another house. So the interior is just made up out of furniture that they already had, and nothing is really color coordinated or anything like that. So yeah, I've also used, I think, mainly SULANI stuff, island living stuff, but also a little bit from Jungle Adventure. The rug on the ground floor is from City Living, and I think I've also used a few pieces from, what's it called, Laundry Day as well. For example, some of the rugs, and or at least one rug that's in the bathroom. I actually forgot about the bathroom. Surprise! Not the first time that's happened, and you guys know this. I don't really, it kind of was at the back of my mind the entire time, and then I went to the exterior just to do something quickly, and got completely lost in doing the exterior and completely forgot about the bathroom. So at the very end, at the very end of the exterior, so doing or decorating the back deck, it kind of dawned on me that I'd completely forgotten about the bathroom. It's a thing. Apparently, I just don't like bathrooms. They're a little bit boring to me sometimes, so I tend to just forget about them. So I was also focusing a lot on just cluttering up this place like crazy. So I basically put clutter just about everywhere I knew it was possible and it wouldn't interfere with gameplay in any way. So I did tone it down a little bit on the dresser up here on the second floor in the bedroom area, because I know that sometimes if you place too much clutter on the dresser, it blocks the sim from using it for some reason. So I've been toning it down just a little bit in my past builds and really tried to play test it while decorating, basically, just to make sure that it still works for gameplay, because I didn't actually know that was an issue. Like a month ago, I had no idea, or 2 months ago, I had no idea that the clutter on the dresser would actually block the dresser from being used. That doesn't make any sense to me, like why would that happen? So I didn't think about it too much, but since finding out that that's actually an issue, I've been toning it down just a little bit when it comes to dressers. But in the kitchen, I just went absolutely crazy, but everything should work just fine. I did playtest the areas that I thought would be an issue. Usually I have a pretty good idea of what will work and what won't, So when I think that a couch won't work because I put something next to it, or maybe the coffee table is a little bit too close to it, I'll actually pause recording and go play test it as I'm building, just to make sure that it does work. So I do that especially with the tiny houses because the interiors are so small, and because I like to use a lot of clutter, everything becomes a little bit more, I want to say, messy. So especially in kitchens in tiny houses, it's important for me to playtest them, because I feel like sometimes if I put a shelf above a counter, I'm not actually sure that the sim can still use the counter. It's an issue with sinks sometimes, apparently, so I playtest those a lot. Also trash cans and fridges, just to make sure that everything works, and also bathrooms, because in tiny houses, my bathrooms are usually either 2x2s or 2x3s, so it's a very, very small space. Everything is really closely together, but actually in this house, the bathroom is fairly big for a tiny house, but I suppose this is just a lucky sim. Normally though, I like to just use the 3 different items in the bathroom to make sure that they all work, so that you guys will have no issues when playing in the builds that I do. I don't remember why I started talking about playtesting, but just so you know, I did playtest this as I was building, so it should all work just fine. And yeah, I think we moved on to the back deck now, so this is where I put the nice lounge area, so in case your sim wants to have friends over, or maybe a party of some sort, they can have some guests out here. I kind of feel like a bubble blower would have been really good here on the back deck, but I wasn't thinking about that when I was building, unfortunately. So if you want them to have a bubble blower, though, there should be room for that. There is actually a fair amount of space here on the back deck. I just decided to put everything so it's not under the top floor of the house. So it's not under any shade or whatsoever, it's out in the sun so they can sit there and, you know, get their tan on while they're sitting on the back deck talking together. I also figured it would be fun for the sim living in this house to have a jet ski or an aqua sib, so I put one of those next to the build as well, and it actually matches the house itself, which I think is a little bit funny. It's blue and orange as far as I can see, at least. So yeah, they do have a few activities they can do, so both the easel on the second floor and also the aqua sib. Is it true that you gain, or not skills, I suppose it would be like a hidden skill or something, aqua sibs? I'm not entirely sure. How does that work in game? Like, can you get better at it? Can you do tricks or anything? If you've play tested it, do let me know, because I still haven't actually played in SULANI just yet. I've been so focused on building stuff that I haven't really gotten around to it. Hopefully I'll have time for it sometime soon, so we'll see about that though. But do let me know if you know anything about the aqua sip and how it works with like skills and stuff. Let me know, because I'm kind of curious. So here at the end, I decided to put some more decor on the exterior because it was looking a little bit too plain for my liking, and I put the sun that's actually base game at the front of the house. I know it's a little bit weird when I say the front of it, because at least in my mind it is, because usually with houses in Willow Creek, for example, I'll put more focus on the front of the build to add more curb appeal to the house, whereas when it comes to SULANI builds, I'll put more focus on the back of the build, because I feel like that's where your sims are going to spend most of their time, even though, I mean, in Willow Creek houses, they're probably going to spend more time in the backyard as well. I don't know, my logic is flawed, okay, but I just like to put more focus on the back of the build in SULANI, so I decided to put some of the light bulb chains or the light ropes that we got with the holiday update. I think it's a part of the Diwali update that we got. Oh dear, I don't remember. What was that, in 2017 or something? I don't know. I overused those light ropes like crazy. They are not CC, by the way. They are from the holiday update, which is free, so you can get that on Origin if you don't have it already. And I do realize I've mentioned that pack or that update download something quite a lot of times, by the way, but I also know that the base game was free about a month ago for a week or something, so there may be newer people here that don't fully know about that update. For those of you who are new and you don't know, definitely go on Origin. It should be under The Sims, I suppose. It's just called Holiday Update or something, and it's completely free, and there's a lot of awesome stuff in that update, so I definitely recommend it, including those light bulb chains that I'm using on the exterior that I overuse in every single build. So, and here at the very end of the video, I did add a little bit of landscaping. I really didn't want to overdo it, and I also didn't want to put it too close to the build, actually, because it is supposed to be a houseboat, it's supposed to be on the water, and it didn't make sense to me that there'd be plants all like close to the house when it's in the water. Am I making sense? So I kind of tried to tone it down a little bit and make it match the surroundings as well. So I was really just looking at the surroundings to make sure that it fit in. And yeah, that's about it. So if you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, if you got any suggestions for the 100k subscriber special, again, thank you so freaking much. Do let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!